Hey, what's up, Smith? You asked for a video on how to throw a proper punch. Here's your video. All right, first things first, we're going to establish a proper boxing stance. The way we do that is we keep our feet shoulder lengths apart. We're going to take a step forward about 12 inches. I'm a lefty. I'm a righty, so I put my left foot forward. You're a lefty, so you're going to be putting your right foot forward, okay? Shoulder width apart, take a step forward about 12 inches. Then we're going to turn, place ourselves at a 45-degree angle, right? Now with my upper body, I'm turning slightly so I can face the direction. I'm facing my opponent, the person that I want to punch, right? Now, what am I doing by making the shape? Well, if I stand this way, if I'm facing you square, you have all of this area to punch. It's a big target. But by creating this shape, I've narrowed down the target. There's less surface area for you to hit. All right. Now with my hands, my power hand, my rear hand, I'm going to keep about 3 inches from my face, protecting my chin, my elbow tight to my body, protecting my ribs. My left hand, I am going to keep about 6 inches from my chin, protecting my face, and my elbow tight to my body, protecting my ribs. This is a proper boxing stance. Last minor detail, you want to keep your chin tucked so it doesn't get clipped. And you're also going to be on the balls of your feet as you're moving. You never really want to be flat-footed. Always moving on the balls of your feet. Now, let's talk about proper movement. So, no matter which direction I go, I want to maintain the shape, or try to maintain the shape at all times. So if I slide forward a foot, my rear foot is going to drag a foot as well, 12 inches. So if I slide forward 12 inches or 6 inches, then my rear foot is going to retrace 6, 12 inches, whatever. Same thing, moving backwards, right? And the same thing, moving side to side. So no matter where I go, I'm doing my best to maintain this shape, right? Next, the first 2 punches that you learn are the 1 and the 2. The jab and the cross or the straight. So how do we throw a proper punch? So to throw a proper jab, arms first. I'm extending my arm. I'm turning my knuckles down so it's parallel to the ground. I'm not pumping my fist like a piston. I'm turning, right? Turning. At the same time, my shoulder is going to protect the side of my face to guard me against any punches that might be coming in this direction and trying to come over my jab, right? So that's the hands. Now the feet are going to be moving simultaneously, or working simultaneously with the hands. If I'm jabbing offensively, I'm moving forward. So I'm going to be sliding forward. At the same time, I extend the jab, right? You generate a little extra power that way, and you also got to move in order to hit your target. If I'm jabbing defensively, I do this while I'm sliding backwards. So I push up my left foot and simultaneously I jab. Now you can also do this side to side. So offensive, you slide forward. Defensively, you slide backwards. And you could also jab while sliding side to side. Important detail. While I'm doing this, I never drop my rear hand. My rear hand is always protecting my chin and my ribs. If you drop your hands, you're susceptible to a counter punch getting knocked out, right? Now, how do I throw a straight? Hands first. It's the same concept as the opposite side. Turning my knuckles down so they're horizontal to the ground. My shoulder is protecting my chin, guarding me against any punches that might come in this direction. My left hand is guarding my chin and my ribs on the opposite side. Now with the feet, I'm going to be pushing off the ball of my foot. I'm going to be turning putting my whole entire body into it. So it starts at the ball of the foot, comes to the hip, reaches the shoulder, and then the extension of the arm is the last thing. So you actually generate more power when you put your whole body into it as opposed to just punching with your arms. So typically, the 2 follows the 1. So you jab, and then you follow through with the 2. Right? So that's basic boxing movement, and that's how to throw jabbing straight properly, and then how to incorporate this into bag work. So I would start circling the bag, practicing my movement, trying to maintain my shape at all times, right? Then I'll start working just the jabs, practicing my movement and maintaining my shape while I throw the jab alone. Then once I feel comfortable with that, I can double up on the jab, I can triple up on the jab, and then ultimately you're going to follow up the jab with cross. So the 1, 2, 1, 2, right? So you practice on the form initially, and then eventually when you start to feel comfortable, you can then start working on speed and power and stuff like that. But this is the very basics. Yeah, hopefully this video was helpful. Next video is going to be crosses and uppercuts.